Look, lads, I know that Newcastle have just got a massive takeover. They're probably going to take over the world in a couple of years, but that's exactly it. It's going to be a couple of years before they get there, you know. But we don't have to worry about them right at this minute. It's going to be fine. We're still A-side. It's all good. We're fine. Ah, fuck. Hello guys, how you getting on? My name's Aaron Kelly. Very welcome back to another episode of the Premier League Verdict here on the channel today. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you're having a good week, a good life in general. I hope all is good. Before we get into anything, could you just slap a like on the video? That'd be really good, even if you don't go on to enjoy. If you go on to think I'm an absolute prat and you've left me a like, that's still not great, to be honest, but welcome back to another episode of the Premier League Verdict. Today we've got our three boxes up in front of us as usual. Our green box for our performance of the week, yellow box for shocking moment or wow moment of the week, and red box for stinker of the week, the one you don't want to be in, let's all be honest. We're starting off with our green box this week, and Newcastle United are in the top four, and I'm going to put Miguel Almiron in this box as well for another goal, another brilliant performance, and 3 massive points for Newcastle United, one that takes them into the top 4 of the Premier League, passing out titans like Chelsea and Manchester United to get there. They conquered Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium by 2-1 on Sunday, thanks to goals from Callum Wilson and the man in form again, I believe his 6th Premier League goal of the campaign, Miguel Almiron. And Jack Grealish can take full credit for basically kickstarting Almiron's career in the Premier League. Fair play to Jack. Well done, buddy. Brilliant goal by Callum Wilson to get things underway after people were giving out saying that Lloris was fouled. Nah, fucking hope. If we're giving fouls for that, lads, we may as well christen the game gone, if that's the case. Brilliant composure as well to just lift it over him. Even though the goal was open, he still had to be really composed in that moment, and he was, to give Newcastle the lead. Brilliant goal by Almiron as well to make it 2-0. A goal that he certainly wouldn't have scored a year ago. Harry Kane did pull one back, and it looked like it was going to be a very nervy end to the game for Newcastle indeed, but they held out for a massive 3 points in the lashings and lashings of rain at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Sunday to go 4th in the Premier League. And is it time to talk about Newcastle as a genuine top 4 contender this season? I know a lot of people, I said in the intro, how in a couple of years, surely with the takeover and money that Newcastle have had, the top 4 will be the least of their concerns. Surely they will be competing for titles with the kind of money that they're after bringing in, and I certainly think that is the road Newcastle are going down. But can they do something very, very special this season? And that is a scary thought, considering there's probably still a lot of changes Eddie Howe would like to make to this side. They certainly have the money to improve on certain areas within the team, but my fucking god, Newcastle are good. They're good, like missing Alexander Isak until after the World Cup, no worries. Callum Wilson's fitting right in. Miguel Almiron banging in the goals. Bruno Guimaraes, what a footballer. Seriously, what a footballer. If Manchester City had signed Bruno Guimaraes back in January, I don't think anyone would have batted an eyelid. He's that good of a player. You could go through each and every one of them individually and say what they're improving about Newcastle, but ultimately they are flying at the minute. Big draw at Man United a couple of weeks ago. Now taking 3 points off Tottenham. Seriously, Newcastle could genuinely finish in. I don't think the top 4. I think the top 4 might be a little bit beyond them come the end of the season, but certainly top 6, the way the likes of Liverpool are going, is well within Newcastle's grasp. But what a performance, what a victory, and Miguel Almiron again, I tip my hat to him. What a player, what a guy. Yellow box then is something I discussed on my TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, go and do so. Much appreciated. Obviously Chelsea playing Manchester United, a game I was not looking forward to for a lot of reasons, including the fact that Chelsea have a shocking record against Manchester United in the Premier League over the last couple of years. Up until this game, I genuinely couldn't remember the last time Chelsea actually beat Manchester United. I'm sure we've beaten them since this point, but the last victory in the Premier League that I can remember was Morata's header in the 1-0 win at Stamford Bridge back in like 2017 or something. I sure hope we've beaten them since then in the league. I know we've beaten them in, say, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, other things like that, but I can't remember the last time we bet them in the league. I didn't do my research, it would be a very easy find, but our record against Man United is not good, and their record against the top 6 sides this season has been truly exceptional. Manchester City aside, obviously the 6-3 defeat is not a favourable game in their calendar this year. However, beat Tottenham. I mean, Tottenham are shite, let's be honest. Beat Liverpool. Liverpool have been shite this year as well. And the most impressive one of all, beating Arsenal earlier on in the season as well at Old Trafford. And I was certainly thinking Chelsea would have to do a lot to get 3 points in this game. And it was looking like it was going to be absolutely horrendous for us when United just completely battered us for that opening 35 minutes. And this is where I've got to give huge credit to Graham Potter in the sense that he decided he was going to change it up. 35 minutes into the game, he showed already he's not afraid to do that, to make those big decisions no matter what time of the game it is. He brings on Mateo Kovacic, the side switch to a 4 at the back, and the tide completely turns in Chelsea's favour. I think dominated the end of that first half, and I think we're by far the better side in the second half, but just couldn't have any sort of clinical edge to take the lead. Eventually we did, thanks to Armando Broja being fouled in the box by Scott McTominay, and Jorginho stuck away the penalty. But this is where our yellow box comes in. Casemiro, 94th or 5th fucking minute equaliser, snatching a point from Manchester United. And just heartbreaking, man. Just fucking heartbreaking. I know it's still early days in the season, but we were so close. And honestly, I'd have taken a point pre-kickoff because of our poor record against Manchester United and because of their good record against the top 6 this season. But a point is all we had to settle with in the end. Brilliant header by Casemiro. Kepa did so much to try and keep it out. Just couldn't. Just about crossed the line. And probably overall, I mean, a draw is probably a fair result, probably a fair reflection of the game as a whole. But the most frustrating and saddening thing from a Chelsea standpoint is it was this close. It was this close. Stinker of the week, Liverpool. I feel like Liverpool have actually avoided the stinker box this season. I could be wrong. A true Aaron Kelly fan will be able to remind me of that. But fuck me, Liverpool are bad, aren't they? And it was incredible. You know, they lose to Nottingham Forest the weekend thanks to Awoniyi's goal. And it was at a point where you kind of felt like Liverpool were maybe turning a corner a little bit. Obviously, they had the thrashing of Rangers, which, as I said in the last video, I think our local Sunday League team would probably thrash Rangers. But then they beat Man City. And you're thinking, fuck me, like, they're back. This is their chance to turn around their season. They get a 1-0 win against West Ham in the week. Darwin Núñez scores the goal, and you're thinking, oh my god, Liverpool might just be back. But no, a shocking performance. And I will say, missing Thiago is clearly much more detrimental flaw to Liverpool than I thought it was ever going to be. He is so crucially important in that team. It's uncreative. Like, they have zero creativity in that team when Thiago is not on the pitch. They also missed Darwin Núñez, who, you know, is obviously getting a lot of stick, but honestly, I've been quite impressed with Darwin Núñez last couple of games, and that's not even me taking the piss or being ironic. He's chaotic as fuck, but he's fast, he's powerful. He nearly scored 2 absolute peaches against West Ham during the week. He did get a brilliant header, and I just think they missed that little bit of energy up front from Darwin Núñez, because the likes of Salah has been, you know, really poor this season from the beginning. Firmino has had an excellent start to the season so far, but obviously now they're missing the likes of Diogo Jota. I really like the look of Fabio Carvalho, but he didn't show up on Saturday. They get completely overrun in midfield. They're poor defensively from wide areas. The goal comes from across from the right hand side, the Forest right hand side, that is. Alright boys, do excuse me. Basically my camera is completely out of storage on every SD card that I own, and I have so much footage on them at the minute. Basically we've got a couple of Quarry episodes and Crinkle Bottoms Crusaders and some other bits and pieces on there as well. So the last minute of this video is going to be recorded on the phone, so yeah, apologies for that. But what I was saying was that even though Forest are a side that are bottom of the Premier League table at the minute, you never really felt as though after going 1-0 up they were going to bottle it and Liverpool were going to come back and win it. I think that's how lacking in creativity and any sort of guile that they have at the minute, Liverpool. It's a really hard watch if you're a Liverpool fan. I mean, not for me. And like I say, the biggest talking point about this is the fact that it comes at a point when it really did seem as though Liverpool had turned a corner, starting to get a couple of wins under the belt, and ultimately we're starting to turn their season round. But that is not how it's ended up. A big defeat against Nottingham Forest, and it begs the question: what exactly is the big issue at Liverpool at the minute? Is the Jurgen Klopp cycle coming to an end? I know it's going to piss off a lot of Liverpool fans because they love Jurgen Klopp, and I can understand why, and you wouldn't want to be able to, that's not something you want to hear, that, you know, the cycle might well be coming to an end, and a lot of fans would disagree. What I mean is this squad of players may be coming towards the end of its tether as well. I mean, you look at the core of the squad, the likes of Trent, Van Dijk, Matip, Robertson, Salah, Henderson, Fabinho, Firmino. You know, a couple of them players that I've mentioned have started off the season quite well, the likes of Alisson, say, and Firmino in particular. But is it just in need of an influx of new players to adopt that Klopp identity? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, lads. Leave a like on this video if you did enjoy. Let me know your thoughts on the boxes down below. And as I said at the beginning of the video, subscribe if you are new. And I will catch you later.